Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper, and it's Tell a Story Thursday. And I'm reading another story from my first book, Journey of the Gentle Southern Man. And my book, The Wisdom of Winter, is still out in bookstores and available through Amazon and all of those chains. Get it. It's got some great stories in it. I think you'll enjoy it. But this story, it was written several years ago because this was my first book that came out in 1999. So 24 years ago, some of these stories are. But in this one, I decided to write about one of my best friends from high school. And I changed his name. The name I use here is not the real name. But it's just about how high school can affect you. It's 4 years, in most places, out of your life, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior years. 4 years. You know, and when you look back and you live as long as I have, you realize what a small portion of your life that is. But it is so important. So this story is called My Friend Hollis Peaked Young, P-E-A-K-E-D. When I sit down to write, it seems my mind always goes back to my childhood in Clinton, South Carolina. In retrospect, so much of it seems like a Walt Disney movie. I know it wasn't a perfect childhood, but it surely did come close. Two reasons I enjoyed my first 18 years of life were because of my two best friends, Chuck and Hollis. Now, I've already told you about Chuck in a previous story, but I have not yet told you about Hollis. Chuck and I were good buddies. We shared everything and were pretty much on an equal basis. Not so with Hollis. I worshiped him. He was everything I thought I wanted to be and wasn't. He was witty, curly-haired, charming, and a basketball, capital S, capital T, capital A, capital R. From our freshman year in high school on, Hollis was king of the basketball court. My friendship with Hollis was a subservient one. I picked him up for school every day in my car. I drove him home after practice each afternoon. I went to his house on weekends to see what he wanted to do. Sometimes he would humor me with his presence, and sometimes he wouldn't. On some nights, he just wanted to lie on his bed and listen to the University of Kentucky basketball team play. Hollis had a girl he liked, but for some reason, he picked out the only girl in our school who didn't like him. Of course, he didn't really give her a chance to show whether she liked him or not. I don't think he ever asked her out for more than a couple of dates. The rest of the time, he just loved to talk about and dream about Laurie. A lot of the time, he would accompany me and the cheerleader to a movie or to get something to eat. The cheerleader loved having him along. I didn't love the cheerleader loving having him along. I was jealous of her with him and him with her. During our senior year, Hollis was at the top of his form on the court. He made shots he never dreamed of making before and would never make again. He was the captain of the team and as handsome and athletic as he would ever be in his life. It was the golden age of Hollis Archer. It's a lot different playing on a local high school basketball team than playing for a college team. And when you're only 5'9", you aren't a giant on the basketball court. I went with Hollis when he tried out for a basketball scholarship at Erskine College. He didn't get it. The coach was nice and told him to come out for the team and maybe something could be worked out later. But Hollis never even tried out again. Hollis had been to the top of the mountain and he had earned glory. He had tasted it. He just couldn't stand the thought of being a mere mortal again like the rest of us. Sitting on the bench would have killed him. So basketball became a thing of the past, and college became a world to be endured. Whenever Hollis and I would get together, all he wanted to talk about was how great high school was. Hollis graduated from college and became a high school teacher. We still see each other from time to time, but it just isn't the same. His wit has become a little cynical. His curly hair has long ago fallen out, and he races down the basketball court only in his dreams. In the past 20 years, I have seen him truly happy only a handful of times, and that was when we had our high school class reunions. On those times, Hollis is transformed. The years fall away and he becomes a part of the young Hollis we knew. We all sit around and reminisce about those days of our youth. Those are long gone days that can never be again, but were truly the golden age of Hollis Arthur. That's my story for Tell All Thursday. This is Jackie K. Cooper sending you love and hope.